If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain. It's free. I could probably end the list right there, but I'm going to continue. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and many more. Speaking from personal experience, creating a podcast felt so overwhelming. I didn't know where to start, but using Anchor was a no-brainer. Their website and app is user-friendly. You're able to navigate through it easily. It's pretty cool, guys. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership, and it's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. A one-stop shop. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
Hey, this is Indie Center Podcast. I'm your host, Jakara N. Holman. I get to sit down with the great Lamonte Lewis, also known as Lala Lewis. I want to call you Youngblood so bad. Like, as I was forming this introduction, I was like in my head, I'm here with Youngblood Lala Lewis, but I don't know why. And as I think of Lala, I when I saw your last name, I was like, this might be my cousin. Because my mother's father last name is Lewis, and I'm too lazy to really dig into that to confirm or deny. Okay, wait, I have to be honest. This is my first time saying it. I actually did send your Facebook to my auntie because she's more into like who's related to the family or not. That's as far as I've gone with it. So I don't even know if we related or not, but you cousin. So that would make you cousin Youngblood.
That's right.
So, Lala, I stalked your Facebook a little bit, and we've been talking on Messenger for some time trying to connect. Unfortunately, we have to connect over Zoom. So, everyone listening, we are in our own quarters. I'm in my little home studio. Lala, where are you?
I'm in my home, in a room, which is a creative space for me.
Okay, dope. So you're in your creative space. I'm in my creative space. And yeah, we are quarantining and we are having our podcast from our own quarters, which make it comfortable because you can do whatever you like. You can spark up, you can drink, you can have some snacks, do what you please because you in your space. Lala is a poet, a author, and also a premiering playwright and a artpreneur. As Felicia Perry has token, artpreneur, meaning an artist and entrepreneur mashed together because you do all things and all things wonderfully. So what are some productions that you have worked on or projects?
Well, I've been in a lot of plays, even when I was a little kid, also in high school. I was in Black Box Theater, and it was such a positive creative space for me. And I was doing a lot of poetry there, and I also get to perform my poems and other creative space also. And I also get to have like own production of my own screenplay and to show like some of the word about my screenplay. And then like by me being in Black Box Theater, really showed me like how much confidence I can build myself and how strong I can be to show my skin to the world.
Ooh, I love that. That's amazing. So it sounds like it has contributed to your life. It has added to your value.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, nothing can add to your value because only you hold your value.
Right.
What have been your greatest achievement as an artist?
Well, my greatest achievement as an artist has been performing my poetry. I wouldn't say millions of individuals, but I would just say quite enough that like satisfy me in such a way because they tend to give me a chance to speak what's on my mind and speak my heart out, and they give me a chance to touch their soul in some sort of way, and touch their heart, and then they can relate on some things. So by me being on stage, it's like every chance and like an opportunity for me to be great and to show my greatness, and show what God gifted me with. And like by God gifted me with like poetry, like I love taking advantage of it, and that's like it's really beautiful. It's really beautiful for me to be on stage and really just to show my talent into the world. And then I know that if I show it to like probably like 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 human beings, I know that 4 or 5 could change to 20, 30, 50, 60, and to 100, 1,000, and millions. It just takes time, and God bless me with patience. So I have good patience.
Nice. And yes, absolutely. Multiplication is amazing. So I've had an opportunity to check you out because you share often your poetry on Facebook. Tell me, what is the inspiration behind your pieces?
Well, like I always tend to like check up on a lot of human beings and to see how they're doing. I always like, stay local onto the world and be networking around the world also. And so like about me just like having all this pain and sadness into my heart, into my soul. I always think about the way I can make it positive, and I can and then I can write it, and then like the way I write it is for other people to actually can relate on other things that I'm talking about, and they can be like, wow, this is the way that he feels, the way I feel too. So if you feel sad or depressed or anything, they can feel sad or depressed, like they feel where I'm coming from. It's and then plus it shows inspiration to other individuals to know that they're not alone in this world. If they feeling like down, I'm feeling down too. But I just want to write about it, to seek for help in such a way. I'm a helpful person. I want to help people out with my poetry. So before I post a video, and then like before I write it, I always get the time to always think to myself like, what can make a person day? Because like I always be hearing like a lot of other people like some. I'll be scrolling through like Facebook, and I just be seeing like your poem, and I'll be thinking like, okay, it's a poem for today for Lamonte Lewis. And so like when they hear it, it tends to like brighten their day in like some sort of way. It brightens their day, and it brightens my day too. Even before I even start my video, recording a poem. So I always have inspiration. I always have like this bottle up emotion I'm ready to like release, even on camera, and some.
That's amazing. Do you want to share a piece of your poetry?
Yes, of course, bro.
All right, let's hear it.
This is the title called Our Body Tells a Story. Our body tells a story that's filled with so many chapters. Some won't be pretty, and some may be. Take the chance to really read about how our body tells a story. Do not tend to judge. We are not perfect. Do not tend to budge. Wait your turn for a page and read it. Some of our chapters are short, and some pages are long. Our body tells a story. Open your eyes and read along. Read every sentence. The map is moving with different meanings. Listen to their story. Some may not be pretty. Our body tells a story, so read them slowly.
Wow. Yeah, that is powerful. I love it. That's really good. Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So you are a part of N4, right? What is the mission of N4, and what is your reason for joining up with them? I mean, I already know a little bit about them. They're pretty dope, but what do you see like their mission in your own words, and then why you join?
Oh, okay. Well, first shout out to Louis Blaze. He was the one that diagnosed me into becoming one of the members of N4. And the way to talk about it, it's like a positive organization that tends to inspire people and help people in some sort of way, and also shed light into their darkness, and to help out different communities and like build community, and also have like a different vision than other people have, and other people have in some sort of way. And then by me being a part of, he made me a positive speaker, because like my poetry being very powerful, and then like the quotes that I can make to every human being, and then tend to not give up. You see, because like Louis Blaze seeing me, he see me as like an inspirational and part of the group in some sort of way, and like also he see me that I can bring like a lot of human beings in like a darkness in a way, and to make them shed light.
That's really dope. So, who are some of your idols in the industry?
Well, I only have one, and like of course he passed away like a long time ago, which in 1996, if I believe so, which was Tupac. The reason I say Tupac was because he's the reason that I got into poetry. He's my inspiration, and like just like by like hearing his words, and like not only his music but his words, and like listening to his interview, and like the form of knowledge that he has in a way. And then plus like all the knowledge that he tends to like put on the table and feed into my mind, I tend to think about it more and more, and like all the truth that he spoke about how the government's corrupt, about how the system is filled with lies and everything. And so like I always look up to Tupac in his poetry and his music.
Oh.
And I'm an old schooler, so
Yeah, you have a old soul.
yes, I have an old soul. A young bar with an old soul.
Love it, love it, love it. Okay, and you're an author. So what
Yes.
can we expect from your book?
To heal all your wounds. The people that's out there that have sad and depressed and that been broke-hearted, you can read my book, Heal All My Wounds, that tend to, that tend to pick up all the pieces in some sort of way and put them together. And then I put them together. And then like when you read my book, it's not just like only like the feeling, but I'm also the heart of it. And so like people that's going through a lot, and then like people that's going through a lot of things, people that have been like heartbroken tend to have wounds in their heart. And like my book tends to like, close up their wounds and heal it up in a positive way.
Wow, that's really big. That is inspiring as well. Will there be more to come behind it? Are you planning to do a part 2, part 3, a sequel?
Yes, of course. I'm actually working on my second book as we speak. Of course, I would need a photo shoot, but the second book is gonna be way more deeper and way more positive than the first one. I'm also gonna shed more light into it, and to where I could touch people's heart, to where it could be billions of people that wants to read my second book, and it's called Changing the World.
Oh, you already have a title for it.
Yes.
Nice, nice. Okay, can we hear a piece from your book? And I understand
yeah.
it's full of poems, right?
Yes.
Okay, can we hear a piece from it?
Of course. My mind is free from all the pain I deceased. Come back as a ghost for my soul to give up hope. Faith among us praying God. There will be righteousness walking backwards to be free. To look back on all the loving memories. The pain that hurts. My body not used to be cold. My soul that grows makes the pain explode. Nobody to hold. My heart is not used to being cold. My mind is free again till the pain sneaks up into my soul once again. It's called No Way to Be Free.
I like that. I felt that. Wow.
Thank you.
What age did you start writing?
16.
16, and how
16
old are
years
you
old.
now?
I'm 20 years old.
Okay, so you've been writing for 4 years.
Yes.
Wow, that's really impressive.
Yeah, it's been kind of like, like a little thing that God gifted me with, because, God always gift us with something, and then, some human beings don't really take advantage of that. Me, I take advantage of what God gifted me with, and by me taking advantage of it, it's a true blessing that I can say. It's a real true blessing, because my growth has become spontaneous in some sort of way.
So what made you decide, hey, I'm going to put a collection of my poems together and create a book? What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, so I started laying down and I started thinking about, okay, how about I just write one poem? How about I just write like set of poems, and I just write, and then every poem collide with a different poem, and then like by like putting it all together, I designed to make my book. Because like first off, like I always give people different opinions about my poetry, and they always like, oh wow, it's positive, all of it's positive. And I started thinking like, wow, so I can just put all my collection of positive poems into one. And so like each poem like has a meaning to another poem in some sort of way. So for me I have the obligation to create a book.
Okay, really cool. And you were telling me a little bit before that you are writing a play.
Yes.
Oh, tell me about that.
Okay, well, the play is called Dream Chasers. It's about me and two of my friends' lives, about how we achieved our goal, and how we got through high school, and then it always comes with a barrel. In some sort of way, like with depression and like us going through like a lot of negative situations, and so like it just inspired me that okay, I'm a writer, and then I'm a writer, and I want to take it to a next level. I just don't want to like focus on poetry. I mean, which I do because it's positive, and then like I have like an old soul, and then all the knowledge that I have. All the knowledge I would like to feed into the other people's brain. And so like by me being very inspiration. I always wanted to like, take a challenge for myself. I said, okay, I'm gonna write a play about me and my two friends' lives. And so I spoke to two of my friends, and they was like, yeah, of course, go ahead, do it. So then I started thinking about my life, and to my other friends' life also, because those were the two closest friends that I had in high school in a long time. And I just think that our story was very important. Our story, individual, was very important, and how we all come together, and then how we can show our talent onto the world.
Okay, very nice. So what do you hope will come from this?
Well, a lot of inspiration and a lot of positive mindsets, and there's things that's like, and if there's like people like going through things, and like any negative situation, you can overcome it, because I tend to went through negative situations and I overcame them. Two of my friends went through negative situations, they overcome them. And then life is not pretty, so there's gonna be some stepping stones, there's gonna be some barriers that we still gonna have to overcome in life, because life is not a journey. Life is not a destination, life is a journey. So about us, walking through life, we gotta go through the darkness. We have to shed light to it. So a lot of audience come to watch the screenplay. I want them to have like a lot of inspiration, and then be inspired. They can do anything they want to do, what God gifted them with.
Okay, very nice, very nice. Are you planning to have it featured at any particular theater, or how will you share your production?
Well, first I was thinking so much of advertising at first, advertisement on my production, of course, and then try to find like a lot of other connections that I can do my screenplay in some sort of theater, a big theater at least, so where a lot of people can come and actually, take a chance and take a peek of my art, and then of my creativity and onto the world. So I will be doing like a lot of advertisement onto it, and short clips and short videos about me talking about it, and about me like communicating with like a lot of other people about the screenplay too, and to try to get into like a big beautiful theater so people can come and watch, Dream Chasers.
Dream Chasers. Speaking of chasing dreams, which you are known for, because you're also, as I shared, an entrepreneur. So you have a business, a blueprint that you have started called Grape, right?
Yes.
What is Grape?
That's right. Grape is greatness represents all people equally. It's a company I'm trying to build up, and then I also have products for that, which is called Backjack. A backpack which incorporates a jacket, so the backpack is sold inside the jacket, which is my idea that I have created. I've been working on for about 4 years. With about 3 years now, because I started in 2017, if I'm correct. So Grape is greatness represents all people equally, which inspired me to create my product and have meaning into it. So because it's not just a product, it's about the name and what people can get out of it in some sort of positive way, not so much negative. But even though there will be critics and people criticize about the name and all that, which is totally fine. Like I said, the world's not perfect. We're not perfect. People have the different opinions that we cannot tend to change. But this opportunity that I would love to make lives very easier.
Okay, really cool, really cool. The Backjack. It's innovative. Did this come because you were either forgetting your jacket or your backpack?
Oh, the way it came was it was actually a very funny story. So I was in a classroom. I was in social studies, and I was sitting next to my friend. And right when class ended, my friend took my jacket, and I couldn't find my jacket nowhere. So I said, "I don't see my jacket." And so then my friend had my jacket. He said, "Oh, I thought your jacket was attached to your backpack." So I'm like, wow, that was brilliant. At first, I didn't really feed it too much in it, but I started thinking about it more and more. It gave me a chance, wow, I'm gonna actually do something like that. So then me and my two friends, we were just playing around with it at first. We were just talking about, but I was talking about more, motivating me to oh my God, I want to make this. Oh my God, I want to make this. I want to make this. And so I just started like, thinking like, wow. But then like, I started having negative thoughts like, wow, what if someone already have this idea or anything? But the thing is though, the positive thought beat the negative thoughts in some sort of way. And so then it made me like, take a step, take one step at a time to create my invention.
So what steps did you take for your business as an entrepreneur to make sure that your invention work?
Okay, well, so first I started like actually thinking more about it, and I started like getting like a lot of inspiration, not from a lot of individuals, but like more like on videos and like different autobiography movies about person life. Like Bill Gates for one, how he came up with Microsoft, and Steve Jobs, how he came up with Apple, and then like so I started thinking like, okay, what steps can I take for my invention? Because like I didn't have the company at first, I didn't have the name at first. All I had was just an idea. So like I had the backpack and jacket. So like what I did was I just had a backpack and I taped it up to a jacket to like show like how I want my idea to be. And now like the idea wasn't to be sold together. It just like show like a simple idea like what I wanted to be. Because like as an entrepreneur mindset, it always starts out as to like what you want it to be. You want to show the audience how you want it to be. It's not gonna be pretty. It's not gonna be beautiful. It's gonna be like pretty rough in some sort of way. It's gonna be pretty rough. So like I had duct tape. And then I attached it onto the jacket. It was like a nasty jacket and like not like a real good quality backpack. So I put those two together, and I actually I wanted to like actually show like how I want my idea to be. And then so I started like watching a lot of documentaries on Bill Gates and how like how, and then like with business wise, I didn't really like looked up on Google and stuff how to like do business and everything. I started like getting information about a lot of videos, and then like a lot of true story movies also. So and then that's how I started. I started out with like writing an introduction for myself, and like then I started thinking about like, oh, what can I name this? And then by me like looking at videos and being inspired, I got inspired by Steve Jobs, and he created his company, which is called Apple. So then I was thinking of like a beautiful fruit that can make us healthy human beings that like not like all of us tend to eat, but many one of us should and also do. I just came up with grape because he had apple. I came up with grape, and I didn't like have like a meaning for it. I just want to come up with a name. But then I just started thinking like, wow, like how can I? It has to be more than just a name. And so that's when I just started thinking about greatness, and I started thinking about every other human being that's great. And I just changed it to like greatness represents all people equally. So like by me having an introduction, I tend to like actually not show other people, but actually show myself to like what I want my idea to be and how I want it to come out.
I love that, and I love that it represents like everybody, every individual equally, as the whole person. Speaking of which, I seen from your Facebook that you created you made one of your inventions of the backpack, and you actually sent it to that young kid that was thrown over the ramp or the balcony at the Mall of America.
Yeah. Which is sad.
What inspired that?
When my friends told me about it, and then like I was like kind of like networking because I tend to watch the news a lot. I know a lot of other individuals might think that's weird, but like I tend to watch the news a lot, and then like when I saw about it, it broke my heart because I'm very sensitive, so it broke my heart. And then like I started thinking like how can how can make this young kid glad and happy? Now I can make him shed light that's in this darkness, and like make him confident, make him have a positive, and bring him back to life in some sort of way. So then I started like digging like more information about him, and then how I can contact him, because like his story was like so tremendously sad, and then like about what happened, and then like just like by me just like being inspired, and so far as like he was just a young kid. He was a young kid. He wasn't like grown. He wasn't a teenager. He was a young kid. Like he had me like really experience that much in life. And so like and so then like I had like so much prayers into like on him and then into those families that have to go through that type of things. And so then I wanted to do something that might help, because like I'm a helpful person and I want to do something that like help. So now I'm thinking, okay, I got this idea, I got this invention, and I already made like one or two and it came out legit. So I was like, okay, I want to make one for this kid to show that he's great. So that like to like actually show that, you know, this is what great means. You know, we support one another. You know, we support every individual that's going through tremendous things, going through negative situations. So him, it's like the boy Ladin went through something very sad and very like, you know, very frightening. So I wanted to help in some sort of way. And so by me like, you know, creating a product for him, a Mario backjack, you know, I wanted to like actually like, you know, show appreciation and like show the love to him. And then it's not to like be famous or anything and all like that. It would just show to care from the heart and to show that, you know, your Latin's great.
Wow, that's amazing. Like, you have such a big heart to not even have known this kid, but wanting to give him something to lift up his spirits after such a horrific incident took place. Have you had an opportunity to meet him?
No, I'm not exactly. The parents like are still actually shook, and they're still not really trusting a lot of people to actually see their son, which is very understandable. So like, and plus I'm an understanding person at least, but like, you know, by that by that saying, y'all, I mean that should be totally understanding about everybody else. So like, I might really get a chance to meet him, but I also talk I talked to the family friend. And then like I also keep like updates on Ladin on how's he doing. He's back in school. Well, like he was in school before this coronavirus. But he's coming back to life, and you know he experiencing a lot more things. You know, and he opened up present. So I don't really know if he opened up my backjack yet. I mean the backjack that he received. But like the family friend is gonna let me know. But like they won't let me see him. But I still keep updates with the family friend. I still keep contact with the family friend and see how Ladin's doing.
Very nice, very nice. Wow. So you have a heart for the community. How can the community support you in your ventures?
Well, you know, just like root for me. You know, and just like you know, like feed me like a lot of positive information. You know, support me like, you know, the best way that you can, because you know I tend to like want to help like a lot of people make their life easier, you know, and just like be like a big impact on the world. And like, you know, I always think about others, you know, more than myself, and something like always think about that a lot. And then just like, you know, having other people, you know, like to root for me, it is motivating, because you know I have people that look up to me. Now I want people to look up to me. You know, I don't want to like be like nobody hero, but I just want to be somebody, a person they can look up to. That just say after like, you know, I'm dead and gone, like, you know, God take let's not say dead and gone. Let's just say, you know, God takes me away because it's my time come. You know, God created me a death certificate, so it's like my time has come. But I want like a lot of people to support like what I'm doing, you know, and then like, you know, it motivates me. You know, it motivates me when like, you know, people like, you know, show love into what I'm doing, and so it just brings out a smile to it just brings out a smile to know that I'm doing my job very well. I'm doing my job really good, and like, you know, what God gifted me with, I'm playing along like really fine, because I feel like, you know, I'm here in this world, and then like I'm on a mission. And then I'm on a mission to, you know, save lives mentally and spiritually, you know, and to like, you know, take a hand of a human being, you know, and then walk them to the sun that's not in the shadow no more. And so then like by like them like, you know, smiling at me, you know, being happy that like, you know, I'm helping them, it tends to motivate me more to become a bigger person than what I am.
Okay, wow, that's amazing. That is amazing. So, hey, what's next for Lala?
Okay, well, like what's next is my second book will be coming out pretty soon, and I'm also going to be getting a beautiful logo for my invention also, so I can start putting stuff on my back stuff on my back jack. And I also will be working more on my screenplay. I'm also working on a script now as we speak. So I'm actually multitasking on like a lot of things. So like I'm currently working on my second book, and I'm currently like trying to get my second book, and then gonna open up and then go try to open up like a bookstore if I can do that, and like try to sell my second book, also my first book, to like a lot of individuals.
Okay, wow, okay. Do you have any shout outs at this moment?
Oh, yes, I do. First, I want to shout out to Louis Blaze. I want to thank him for letting me be a part of N4, and then letting me get the opportunity to speak what's on my heart, and to like I said before, shed light onto every other individuals. I would actually like to give like another shout out to Miss Spring, because without me being trained to be in Black Box Theater, I probably wouldn't have done any of this, my poetry, my book, my published author, because if I would never attended that class, I wouldn't know who I would be. By being in that class, by Miss Spring giving me a chance to speak, it gave me a chance to find myself and connect to other amazing people, because amazing people that was in that class, inspired me to become something special, and that's becoming a poet. And I'll also shout out to the upcoming artists, in this world, in this short period of time, and and then I want to motivate them also in such a way. And I want to shout out to my beautiful friends that support me, and all my supporters, and my mom too.
Don't ever leave mama out.
Never, cause she's I wouldn't without her, I wouldn't be in this world, And I got her blood.
Hey, that's the truth. That is the truth. Mama is, and Pops, they gave us life. So we definitely got to make sure we keep them in the foreground in everything that we do. No matter how big we become, no matter where we go, we got to remember our roots and, who gave us this life that we're living. We got to give honor to our parents, honor to the man above, and then honor to ourselves, because we put in the work, Sometimes we leave ourselves out in those shout outs. Shout out to you,
Thank you so much. Shout out to you too for giving me the opportunity to be out here.
No problem. Hey, do you have any last words to share with your audience?
Yes, I do. Always remember this. Left is mental, right is physical, and life is not about the destination. It's about the journey. So with any goal that you achieve, life is not done. You still gotta live life. You still gotta go through different other things. Even if you're 30 or some years old, you still have experienced that much thing. Cause life is still a journey. There gonna be new upcoming blessings that's gonna be headed your way. And then even for the dopest artists that's out there, even for the poets, there's gonna be spiritual light inside their soul, inside their human heart, And just from always remember, life is not a destination. It's always about the journey. It's always about the pain. It's always about the ambition. It's always about the risk taking, and to show our skin onto the world, because our skin is more important too. Because we tend to get judged by that, but we also, all we gotta have is heart and mind that we're great, and we gotta motivate ourselves, and then be close to God too. Have God hold our hands through these troubling times.
That's right. We gotta, speak to him during the troubling times, speak to him during the positive times, the good, the bad, and different. People like to leave them out in certain occasions.
Yes.
Hey, well, thank you so much for, connecting with me, for having this conversation with me. It's been really great getting to know you, supporting you, and, just seeing you be great.
Well, thank you for, like I said, thank you for giving me the opportunity to be on here, and actually tell some of my story, and how I want to change the world, and I will change the world. I'm gonna spark a lot of individuals. Hey. Not doing that from the bottom of my heart.
Hey, I love that. You didn't say You started to say I want to, and then you caught yourself and you said, nope, I will. You got to speak it into existence, because words hold power.
Yes, it does. Yes, that is true. You know, like once you say I will do it, it'll come to light.
Hey, that part. All right, sayonara.
Bye-bye.
This episode of the Indie Center podcast is brought to you by Spotify, the place where you can listen to your favorite artists and podcasts for free. Did you hear me? You don't even need a premium membership. Spotify has a huge catalog of podcasts on every topic, including the one you're listening to right now. On Spotify, you can follow your favorite podcast so you never miss an episode. Are you subscribed to me yet? Wink, wink. Premium users can download episodes to listen to offline wherever you are, and that is so convenient. How many times have you found yourself in an airplane or driving down a road with no reception and you just want to escape but can't? You are stuck sitting next to somebody that snores, or you're stuck in a meaningless conversation and you just want to listen to podcasts. Well, now you can, guys, and you can easily share what you're listening to with your friends on Instagram. So if you haven't done so already, be sure to download the Spotify app and search for Indie Center Podcast on Spotify, or browse podcasts in the Your Library tab. Also, make sure to follow me so you never miss an episode.
Hey, you just listened to Lamonte Lewis, a young boss in the making. For more episodes, check out Indie Center Podcast. We also have a website at indiecenter.tv. If you have questions, go ahead and email us at indiecenter.podcast@gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. If you're interested in being featured on an upcoming episode, let us know. Let us know your thoughts, your opinions, and how much you love us. Thank you for listening.